Hello good people, welcome to my YouTube channel. I would like to talk with you about the different behaviors that might shorten your online career. These are things that we do knowingly or unknowingly, or we think they're not really related to what we do as a source of income, but really when you look at it really keenly, you'll notice that they have direct impact in how you perform, in how you execute your duties in the online platform. The first one, and it will catch you by surprise, is lack of exercise. I know it seems like something every human being should do, or you think if you eat healthy then you're okay, you don't need to exercise. But when you're working online, be it being a freelance writer, be it being a fully employed person but who works from your computer, you do a lot of sitting. You might be waking up very early in the morning, especially if you're dealing with clients from overseas. You might need to wake up even in the middle of the night, depending with the time difference of the client you're dealing with. And so your body does not really get enough rest. And sometimes even when it gets enough rest, you're not energized enough to do your work. The only way you're going to be comfortable enough to make your body comfortable to serve you long term as an online worker is to exercise your body. So make it a point, whether in the morning, whether in the mid of the day, whether in the evening, to jog, to take a walk, do some press-ups or some sit-ups. Do something to just refresh your body or to make the blood in your system function more appropriately. We know of conditions where it is very easy to get blood clots, especially if you have a job where you're sitting down for long. So make it a priority to exercise. Exercise sometimes, stop sitting, stand up while you're working, walk around while you're working, do something, just be in an environment where your body is able to exercise or to move from time to time. It is healthy for you in the long run. Now that I've mentioned lack of exercise, I'm sure you'll be less surprised about the second one, which is poor diet. I know it's very easy, especially for online workers, and I myself being a victim of this. I have the tendency of buying a packet of crisps and just snacking on them while I work. I easily forget to take my water. In fact, right now in my office, I've placed a jug of water just so that I may remain hydrated. So some of the things that can happen when you're on a wrong diet, for example, if you're taking more starch than proteins, for example, when you're taking more fats, your stomach gets really full. And what happens when your stomach gets really full is you get exhausted really fast. And not just by intake of fats or by intakes of proteins. If your diet is unbalanced, what happens is either your body craves for something, so you continue eating, which can lead to obesity, or you end up being so full that you're actually so exhausted and you can't run the hours that you're meant to run as an online worker. So it looks like something that is general or something that can be passed for anything else, but it is really important for anyone who sits in their house, who sits in an office somewhere and works full-time on their computer to really watch what they consume. The third one, which I think we have all fallen prey of, is being a social media or tech addict. What I mean by this is being unable to manage your time because you're possibly on Instagram watching what other people are doing, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on social sites, you're on YouTube watching content from other creators, and it really eats on your time. You know what? I am a victim of this. I easily just open one. I say, you know what? I'm going to YouTube, I'm going to watch one video and then I'll get back to work, and that video is probably 8 to 12 minutes. So I watch that one, it ends, and I see something else that is interesting, I end up watching it, and I go to the next one and the next one, and before I realize it, I have lost over 2 hours just staring on the screen. So if you've fallen victim of this is what is called social media and technology addiction. For you to work online, you really need to curb this, because most of the jobs you will get online, especially if you're working through reputable online sites, you will end up losing hours. And we all know that through these sites, you are given a time limit to finish your job and for your money to be processed. So be very careful when you're using social media, when you're using technological sites. The solution to this is actually to know the time which you are planning to work. And it is okay to take breaks while you're working, but it is also important to know that time to work is to work. So yes, you can receive calls, you can Skype with your clients, but stick to the technology that is going to help you make money and grow your client base, rather than waste money, which will result to delayed deliveries and which will result to bad reviews, which will mean you will not get more clients, or you'll not get more referrals to get clients. The world of online working really works by the reviews you get. So if someone wants you to work for them and your reviews show that your work is never delivered on time, or you do not communicate on time, those are things that might actually affect your future clients. The fourth one is movies and airtime. Now, just like social media and YouTube, we also waste a lot of time watching movies. Let me tell you a secret. I have the habit, before I go to bed, I usually download all the movies I feel like I need to update myself with, and I usually say I'll watch them possibly during the weekend. But somehow during the week, if I have an hour or so, I decide that, you know what, I am going to start watching this movie. But then there's an overflow of time. My 1 hour lapses and I'm still watching this movie, and it eats up to the time that I'm supposed to be delivering a service or a product to somebody. So it is really important that you also check if you're watching television, if you're watching a movie, if you're on Netflix, if you're on Showmax. These are things you really need to watch out for, and you need to have discipline. You need to know when you need to entertain yourself and when you need to be serious at work. The fifth and final thing, which should be generalizing everything we've spoken about, is poor time management. As I said, when you're working online, the chances of you working with people from overseas or from other countries is really high. And when you're working with these people, time becomes of essence. If you're working with people within Africa, maybe time will not be such a difficult thing to manage. But if you're working with people in Europe, in Asia, in America, time might be a factor, because we all know that when it's morning here, it's probably evening there. So you need to set a time, or you need to set yourself in a way that you're able to communicate with your clients, you're able to know what you need. If you're poor at time management, for example, you're going to have a problem. Working online requires sacrifice. Sometimes you might have to wake up 5 in the morning to reach someone who is in Asia or someone who is in America because of the time difference. For my case, for example, I do have online clients and I also do have physical clients here in Kenya. So sometimes I have to go meet up with my clients here in Kenya, as at the same time I'm meant to be discussing something with a client who is abroad. So if I have a problem managing my time, this is something that can affect my outlook or can affect the way I give my services. I hope you've really learned something from today's video. If you have other points that you feel might shorten your career as an online worker, let me know in the comment section below. I'm pretty sure I've missed out on a lot. Until my next video, goodbye. I have received some really wonderful feedback in regards to the previous video that I did, a Q&A on self-publishing with Lydia Joseph dialogue. I really enjoyed conversing with you people about the different steps and the different pros and cons of self-publishing. I am really excited about it. If you have any other questions, if you have any other thing that you'd like to add on, or that you'd like to know from us, I will be so happy to answer to you. You can reach me through my email, and you can also leave a comment in the comment section below. Previously on my YouTube channel, I have done so many videos explaining the step-by-step procedures that I took to self-publish my book. That was a series I was doing last year, and things have really changed from then to now, and I'm really looking forward to update you on what is new in the things I've learned about publishing, and I'm also looking forward to let you prosper from the mistakes I made. So I'm preparing a few things that I'm really sure you will enjoy, and things that I know will help us grow together in this journey of self-publishing.